What's up, everybody? Here doing a little interview as my friend Kay had got a hold of me and looked for managers from the independent circuit of professional wrestling to answer some questions. So I stepped up and said I would love to do it. It's something that I've been wanting to do. So thank you, Kay, for having me do this, and let's get underway. My name in wrestling, I go by Brickhouse. My real name is actually James Brickhouse. My hometown originally, I'm from Hazleton, Pennsylvania. Right now, I live in Allentown, but with the WWE, we operate out of Pottstown and Quakertown in Pennsylvania. I have been up to New York a few times working with ZWL. We did some shoot wrestling videos, which basically it's you pay to request a match to happen, and we make the match happen and send it to you via video. The thing was, I wasn't always a manager. I actually started out in professional wrestling as a security guard. From security, I had went up to being a referee, and then after a knee injury that I had obtained, I had to undergo surgery and have part of my right knee removed. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with professional wrestling, so I had done re-announcing every now and then, but something happened, and it's what led me into my management role in professional wrestling, and we'll get into that later. Okay, who do you manage currently? My main person that I manage now, he's known as the Roblox Chad McCoy. Works with the WWE along with a couple other promotions as well. Have you managed in the past? This is where I said I would get into what actually led me into this. I actually had managed, or as he calls it, I was the flag bearer for Wyndham James Winthorpe III. He's a very well-known name, top heel, all over PA. He's been up to New York, New Jersey. Great guy in everything he does. The heel role, everything. Really have nothing negative to say about the man, but he helped me get into the role that I'm at today, and taught me throughout the process of what should be done, what I should look for, so on and so forth. So I owe a lot of credit to Wyndham James Winthorpe III. Something had gone south between us, and I had separated myself from him, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen after that, and that's when Roblox got a hold of me. He's like, well, what would you think about managing me? And from then on, it's been just a connection. What made you be a manager and not a wrestler? Like, I currently went over, I started security, went to referee. During refereeing, was a ring announcer here and there. And after my knee injury, I came back as a manager. So, even now, if I want to be a wrestler, it's the whole thing with my knee that I don't want to be a liability for a promoter, so I'm happy with the role that I'm at now. What is the pay like as a manager? Well, that's the thing that we tell everybody, that if you're in the independent circuit, think that you're going to be making all that money right off the bat and everything. Look, this isn't WWE and this isn't AEW, even Impact Wrestling. Mainly on the independent circuit, we do it for the love of the sport. And is there a way to make money? Yes, there is. But mainly, I like doing it for the passion. I'm not stingy when it comes to doing a promotion. I always say, as long as you put money in my gas tank, I will gladly come to your show. I have no problems with that whatsoever. But yeah, like I said, if you're in it for the money, you're in the wrong business. Do you make travel arrangements for your wrestler? Now, that's the thing, again, with the independent circuit. Not a lot of money is involved in this. Spend more money on the shows than what you actually do as part of the show, I guess you could say. But the whole thing is making sure that the audience is happy. And so with the travel arrangements, it's either I will drive my car to the show and have him with me, or vice versa. Do you travel with wrestler to shows or meet them at the arena? It's really a 50-50 split, and mainly like outside of professional wrestling, we all have our other jobs that we do. Like me, I work in a cold storage facility, and Roblox works at I'm trying to think of how to say it without giving it away. But a distribution center for home needs. There you go. But it all depends on like if he would feel as though he's getting out of work at a certain time that he feels as though it'd be safer to meet at the arena than ride together, then that's what we do. If we both have off, he's like, hey, let's meet up here and we'll take one car instead of taking multiple. So it's a 50-50 shot. It really depends on what's going on. Do you book wrestlers for their matches and negotiate pay? Again, with the pay thing, if that's what you're in this for, then you're not in the proper business. But negotiate matches every now and then. Like if I see somebody or I'm like, you know what, that'd be a pretty good match. I'm pretty sure we could work something out. I'll talk with the promoter and see what his ideas on it. From there, I'll get a hold of the person I was thinking of, and we'll talk about it, see what they think. And then if one thing leads to another, if it works, it works. If the promoter's not with it, he's not with it. The thing is, it's a promoter show, so I try not to step on toes. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at right now because as promoter, he's given me opportunity after opportunity. He's helped me grow, not just as a person, not just part of the show, but learn the business aspect of the show than what it is to be just a part of the show. So I try to always pay it forward. As a manager, do you help your wrestler in matches or stay out of the ring? I don't get involved unless I absolutely have to. When I was heel with Wyndham, I got involved in matches quite a few times. There's actually a video where you'll see I tried getting involved in a match, and the guy he was facing grabbed me by my suit jacket, ripped it off of me, and as I powdered out to the outside of the ring, he ripped my suit jacket into two. And later, like I said, we're not in for the money, but that suit jacket costs a lot. And I had to go out and get some new suits after that. But mainly it's like I said, I try to stay outside of the ring. I let the wrestler. He's the one that I want to say the fans are there to see. He brings the entertainment. I'm more of like if you're familiar with music or anything, or you go to concerts. I'm more of the hype man outside of the ring. But you put your hands on my wrestler when you're not supposed to, then I get involved. It's always fun. But what happens if you enter a match and get hurt? Are you covered for your injuries throughout the federation? The promoter, one of the main rules that you're supposed to have in PA is that you need to have insurance to be able to run. You also need to have a doctor to be able to run. So believe me when I say WWE Dino Sana, he always makes sure that we're covered. He takes very good care of us. So a lot of credit to him and the business that he has put together. Are you friends with the wrestler you manage, or did company pair you two together? I actually came up with Roadblock. The thing was, he started before I did, and the original thing was when I went to school, I was only supposed to record. Mongoose kept looking at me, though, as I'm doing it, or Michael J. Bakari is actually his real name. And he's like, dude, you're too big to be doing stuff like this. He's like, tomorrow you come up in regular workout attire. He goes, from now on, you're hitting the ring with us. So I got a few lessons in. I tried my hardest to help him keep that school open because he saw something in me and I wanted to pay it forward and help him. Like, he looked at some people that didn't believe in themselves. He changed them around and, like, was helping them get the shot, so I wanted to pay it back to him. And unfortunately, the place where we had the school at kept going with some stuff, and we unfortunately ended up shutting down. But me and Roblox, we always remain great friends, inside and outside of the ring. Talk almost every day. So, we're actually really good friends. We actually knew him before I actually got into the inside of the ring. When I had done security, I had seen him at a few shows, but I really didn't talk to him. But then as everything started at Goosebumps, I got to know him more. Going to Pro Wrestling World with Bud Carson here in Allentown. Chad was actually working there, so I got to know him there as well. And he's just a great guy all around. I can't ask for a better person to be paired with. If your wrestler gets hurt in the ring, are you responsible? If my wrestler gets hurt in the ring, like I said, the promoter mainly handles the doctor and the insurance. I am not responsible. It would be my job as a friend to actually get him and get him in the hospital, sit with him, make sure he's all right, and when he gets done, get him home. But like I said, the promotion that we have, they take very good care of us with the insurance and the doctor that they have. Shout out Dr. Evan Kessler. He's mainly the one that does the Triple WWE events. Awesome guy through and through. I may see another doctor going around, Dr. Frank. I've worked with him at multiple shows. He's a character in himself, but one of the greatest doctors. You've actually, when Impact was here in Bethlehem, PA at the Sands Casino, when they show the doctor sometimes, it's doctor with the long blonde hair. That's Dr. Frank. And to see that he was a doctor there, I was so happy for him because, believe me, he deserved it. Do you call in professional scouts come watch your wrestlers perform? We really try to keep it not as indie as possible, but we don't really reach out. The thing with WWE, we've been on the news multiple times, and people come, they see us, and we work with people that I like. Some of the matches I've refed as a referee, I got to work with WWE Hall of Famer Tito Santana, TNA Impact star back then, Robbie E. Great guys, and all in all, we actually had scouts at the one show when we were up at Zerns in Gilbertsville, and here was a scout from WWE that came in looking to see what type of talent we have, and we've had a few guys that actually were on our show. They've been on WWE. I think it was 2 months ago. Tyler Hastings and a tag partner faced the Viking Raiders on Raw. Tyler Hastings on the independent circuit is actually Ty Awesome. So when I got to see him on WWE, I popped big for that. People like Joey Lugo, who wrestles under the name Ricky Martinez, the Hawaiian Warrior Keikoa, Jimmy Conway recently was one of the security guards on SmackDown for King Corbin. But God, so many of them that I've worked with. When I get to see them on TV, it's a great thing. So if a scout comes in, sees you, likes you, he's willing to talk to you. But we personally don't push out for that kind of stuff. But just to know they recognize our show is big enough for us. Are you in charge of their contact and pay? I don't. Like I said, that's all the promoter. You mainly look for the. Not look for. Here's the thing: when the wrestler's the one in the ring doing everything, he goes about it with the promoter to see what the promoter thinks and so on and so forth. Like I said, if it's not about paying an independent, it's about how much love that you have for the sport. How do you promote your wrestler for upcoming live events? When I get to know who my guy is going to be facing, I will make promo videos. I will do photos, anything to help push not just that match, but that company to help, if you're sitting at home, you have nothing to do, come on out and check us out. And then I'll go on and talk about, what the guy you have to look for with the match that my guy's involved in, what type of match it's going to be, who it's against. I'll push and push and push and push. And again, because not only is my guy great, but the promoter that I work for, awesome guy all around, so I'll do anything I can to help out that company. How do you... Oh, I already answered that one. Do you and your wrestler go over your script, and what are you going to say to the crowd of the show? All right, one, the whole script, people call it fake, whatever. There's a thing with professional wrestling calling it kayfabe, and although I'm doing this interview and I do respect you, I'm going to keep the kayfabe alive, and that's part of the question I'm not going to answer. You don't really... outside of the ring, it's a written rule. You don't discuss that kind of stuff. And what are you going to say to the crowd of the show? With me, I got to feel the crowd. And if I feel that fire, that electricity, I know you got to keep that going in the match, because if you keep that going, you keep that crowd live, you know at the next show, you're guaranteed at least 75% of them people are coming back to see what else you can do. As long as you keep that fire alive in you and build it, promise you, you're going to gain some recognition for that one. Do you feel some of the wrestlers you have managed were out of control with their temper? How would you handle that? It's all part of the show. I really can't say that anybody I've managed have lost their temper. But let's face it, life is life. And if you lose your temper, something had to be done to actually get that. Have I seen people lose their temper? Yeah. But it's not really my place to step in and say something. But no, I mean it's mainly all we try to keep it cool in the back, try to keep it a family feel, and I will say the one time I've seen somebody lose their temper was actually a fan in the parking lot, and I'm walking to my car carrying my gear, and this fan comes out, sucker punches this other guy carrying a baby. I saw it, I drop my gear, run over, put the man in a standing triangle until I feel him go limp, then I let him go, and I was like, look, that's the type of stuff you shouldn't be doing on a show, especially when you got guys like me out here. So that's really, I know you're wrong during wrestling. Of course, you're going to see the normal brawl happen or whatever, and we will come out and we will help separate that. But I don't really feel as though that people really lose their tempers that much. Let's keep going. As manager, do you access top federations like WWE or AEW? No. Do I have contacts to where if I would like to speak to somebody from WWE or AEW? Yeah. People like when they do the autograph signs, you gotta look for people like Eric Sims or Dave Moosh. But to be real with you, when I wrestle, or when not when I wrestle, when I refereed Tito Santana's match, and my main role was once you win and raising your hand, you got the victory. I'm gonna exit the ring because it's your time to shine. And I went to exit, and Tito said, "Hey, where you going?" And I was like, "This is your time." I was like, "No, come here." So I walked over to him. He extended his hand. I shook it, and he goes, "I would just want you to know you're the greatest referee that I've ever worked with." To hear that from a WWE Hall of Famer, that ignited something on me where I was like, I got to keep doing this. I got to keep getting better at my trade. And even as a manager now, I always look to see, what can I do with the next show to help build this up and make it better than we were last time. And the thing with that is you got to remember that even outside of the business, you may not have a show, but you're still representing the business that you work for. So I try to keep that alive and well, and always have people remember, like, you come because you love us, but we love you and the support that you give us. So what we do is not for us, it's for you. And that's something that I always want fans to remember. And the guy I manage, we always show, the love to the fans. We show the love to the military of the United States, because those men are out there risking their lives day in and day out for years on end to make sure that America has their freedom. And that's why you'll notice my arm sleeve, my wrestler also wears one like this as well, the American flag with the eagle on it, to help show our support to the United States. And so if the guys show up at your show, let's say we did have a scout from WWE at our show, not really sure about anyone from AEW. I actually know the women's champion of AEW, the one that everybody's causing a controversy over, Nyla Rose, because of her being transgender. I'm actually really good friends with her. I came up working quite a few matches with her, and it came to the point where we had a referee shirts on at a show up in Scranton, and everybody looked at her like, "Yo, are you guys related?" So we took a photo together, and we actually look like brother and sister, standing side by side. But that's one of those memories I'm always going to remember. I'm so happy that she's out there doing her thing and making the difference in professional wrestling to show that it doesn't matter what you are, what race you are, what your sexuality is, what your gender is. As long as you got the skill set to go out there and do something and prove yourself, that's what matters the most. As a manager, during the COVID-19 pandemic, how are you getting your wrestler ready to return to the ring? I'll tell you right now, my guy, after he gets off work, the first thing he does is he goes home, goes in the garage, he's hitting the weights right away, and he never stops. He always knows he has to keep a proper look to help get himself over and help look healthy and professional to be in that ring. And, so working out, hitting the weights, still watching what he's eating, and still remembering that any day now that phone can ring and say, "Hey, get out here, we're back up and running." As of right now, being a part of Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission has shut us down. Right now, it's until June, but we don't know. Maybe if they reopen the state May 8th, Can we possibly get something going? We don't know. There's a 3-step process that Governor Wolf wants to go with and see how that's going to go about. So we'll see. But he is working out. He is training and everything. So big ups to him for that one. Are you making sure they're still eating properly and not slacking on their routines and workouts? Like I said, he's still doing his thing. We talk every day, and yeah, he loves what he does. Recently, he just captured his first taste of gold in WWA. Well, that was like 4 or 5 months ago now. But he's actually the United States hardcore champion, and so he's keeping up to make sure that he gets that belt still around his waist for a very long time, and that's something that it's not just friend to friend business; it's brother to brother. That was a big day for both of us. So he's still making sure it's going on. How you motivate your wrestler to get back in the ring when the pandemic is over? See, that's the funny part is that every day since the pandemic has started, we have talked, we have kept up, we said about how much we miss wrestling, how much we miss the brothers and sisters in the locker room, how much we miss that brotherhood, how much we miss the fans, especially. So the thing is, as soon as we get that call saying it's go time, we're ready. Because believe me, we miss yous, we miss everything about business right now. And we promise that when wrestling restarts here in PA, fans are able to come back. We're going to give you guys something to remember. And it's going to kick off our anniversary show. But we promise you it's going to be something you're going to remember. And thank you for sticking by us still. Okay, the last question. Where do you see yourself and the wrestler or wrestlers you manage in 5 years? And what about professional federation would you like to see your client in? Okay. In 5 years, see, right now I'm 37, so in 5 years, I'm 36, I'll be 37 next week. But in 5 years, I'll be 42, and Roblox will put it, he's older than I am. But he, in the professional business, you gotta understand that with places like WWE, AEW, even Impact Wrestling, they're only looking up for a certain age limit. They're looking for a certain look. They're looking for a certain size. I talked with Larry Zbyszko already, who is one of the recruiters for the WWE. He's like, if you're under 5'2", if you're over the age of 28, so on and so forth, they want nothing to do with you. But yeah, when Batista started, he was 40. Figured that one out. But if we got the opportunity to go somewhere, even if Vince would call me and be like, hey, I need you to come to Connecticut and take out my trash, I'd be on the first car there. But just to say I worked for Vince McMahon, it would be an honor in my book. But right now, working with Dino Santa and a bunch of other promoters, I'm very happy with what I do, and I wouldn't change it for the world. If we got the opportunity for WWE or Impact or AEW, there's no way I'd pass that up. And I'd gladly accept it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose the love that I have for the sport that we're in. And it's not going to mean that I'm going to lose my love for the fans that I have now. It always just continues to grow. These questions are educational purposes only and will not be shared publicly. Do you consent? In this video, I'm giving you consent that if you want to share this publicly, you are more than welcome to. I have no problems helping you out. And this is actually something I can knock off my wrestling bucket list because I always say about wanting to get interviewed. So I do thank you for this time. I do thank you for the questions that you have sent me. And this is something I can actually check off my bucket list now, my wrestling bucket list, because it's something that you helped come true. So I thank you for that. Thank you for showing your love. Thank you for showing your respect. Brickhouse here. Anytime you want to hit me up, any other questions you got, always here for you. Worldwide Wrestling Alliance. Keep your eye out for it. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.